Check it. This video is about Hotboy Turk, right? And I decided to do this video because people don't recognize or pay attention. But check it. There's a big difference between a real street nigga versus a street nigga or so-called street nigga or a street nigga that pretends to be a tough guy, right? But if you can tell if somebody really street by the way they present themselves and by the way they talk. And Hotboy Turk is a prime example of that, right? Like the way Hotboy Turk speaks, he speaks with wisdom and he speaks with confidence and strength, right? And due to the situation, the current events that's going on with him and BG, I'm on the outside looking on the inside, and I can kind of tell that Hotboy Turk is real. Like, Hotboy Turk is a real street guy. There's no and ifs or buts about it, you know, because real street niggas that come from the street and end up going to prison doing time, and they do so many years in prison, and they be double-digit numbers. They go in prison reading books. They go in prison reading and getting education, you know what I mean, and so forth, and come out with little money and turn little money into big money. Hotboy Turk got out of prison with just $500. His wife came and got him, right? And I listened to Hotboy Turk the way he speak. So basically, when Hotboy Turk got the $500 and his old lady picked him up, and all these so-called people out here that supposedly love him, right, didn't even come and see him, didn't even come and pick him up from the prison yard when he got released. So basically, his old lady showed a symbolism of loyalty. That's the only person this man had. And this man went home and flipped $500 and turned that into some bands. And then turned bands into a meal. You feel what I'm saying? Then wrote a book. And then he's an entrepreneur. And then he still talks street, but the way Hotboy Turk speak, he speaks street. But when he speaks street, he speak that street with wisdom from his past experience and also his growth process. That's the prime example of growth and development in my eyes from a black man perspective, because all the other rappers and all the other guys that so-called caught charges and went to prison and wound up doing time and they got out, their mentality is totally different. You know what I mean? From Hotboy Turk's frame of mind. And you can read between lines, because the media, we talking about the mainstream media, not even playing this man music. The mainstream media not even acknowledging this man. You understand me? Then the whole time while BG was in prison, my understanding is this man was sending BG money. He was looking out for BG. But see, a lot of people in the comment section gonna be like, "No, you don't know what you talking about. No, you wrong. No, that's true. That's factual, man. I'm down here in GA. I got info, and that will really happen. I'm around certain people. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Like, it's certain people, you know what I mean, school me on certain shit from certain places. So I'm vouching that all this shit is accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like all the shit you heard from Turk, you know what I mean? That shit accurate, homie. Because then for the record, you know, like with BG though, the fact that he was looking out for him, what it is, people is trying to change the narrative. You have certain people in certain places is switching up the narrative and making it seem like Turk is the lame person or the bad person, when the whole time he was keeping it solid. Then this man was screaming out free BG the whole time, but BG don't even acknowledge that. So basically, when BG got out, BG ignored this man. He cut the man out like completely. Like he basically acted like this man never existed. And then on top of that, BG had so many people looking out for him and so forth. It's like all these people hopping on the podcast and they basically calling him out and they speaking on this, that, and the third, right? And my whole thing is, anytime you hear something from more than one person, anytime you hear more than one person saying the same thing about one person, obviously it's true. It's obvious because why you have so many people from New Orleans saying the same thing about them, man, but they're saying the opposite about Turk, man. That's crazy to me, man. But it's like the majority of America, the majority of the black population, we talking about the black urban population, almost in every city, every hood, they feel different. Like they going off what they hear on TV, what they hearing from podcasters, what they hearing from other rappers and so forth. Like, that's the problem we have in our culture, right? It like people have small minds. They'll believe anything or they'll believe anything they read. But when you fail to realize everything you watch on TV, YouTube, and everything else, I'm gonna say 85% of it is watered down. Like, basically, you are being trained to think that a person is a bad person or a fake nigga, all because you hear the media is saying. Just because they think that and say it, you think that. You know what I mean? So that basically tell me that a lot of people out here, if y'all hear something about me on TV that I killed myself, jumped out the bridge, or y'all believe that I stole a car and the whole time I ain't been stole that car, the whole time I ain't been jumped out the bridge for real, basically y'all would believe anything. Y'all believe that I'll jump out the bridge if they say it on TV. And anytime you have a mind like that, that means you have a small, weak mind. Like, there's no way in the world that we can have 80 to 85% of black men in America walking around with weak minds, believing, I'm talking about believing anything and everything that they hear about celebrity. Same thing with the P Diddy situation. Like, as soon as them folks put out all the info on P Diddy with all them charges, and then when in the aftermath, come to find out, most of them charges being dropped because he was innocent on most of them charges. But at first, when the case first hit the fan, it's like everybody was hopping on the bandwagon, believing what they hearing and seeing on social media and YouTube, TV, you name it, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, or Twitter, that was jumping on that shit and believing that shit. Like, y'all can't believe everything that y'all hear on TV or see on social media, because if you have a mind that weak, if you have a small mind that small where you can believe anything, you'll believe that if a rumor pops out about one of your best friends that they did something and the whole time they were innocent, but y'all still believe it. If somebody tell you guys to jump out the bridge, y'all will do it. And that's my whole point of this video. You can't walk around in these streets or walk around living life with a small mind. You know what I mean? See, that's a big difference between a real street nigga and a fake street nigga. You'll know a real street nigga when you hear a real street nigga speak and talk. I know, because I've been out here in these streets a long time. I know the difference between real and fake. You know what I mean? But if you don't know the difference, you ain't no real street nigga. You're not from the street. You can't be from the street if you don't know the difference between a real street nigga versus a fake street nigga. Because a real street nigga gonna speak a certain way, you'll feel it and you'll see it in them. You know what I mean? By how they talking, how they speaking, how they moving, and with the things they do. Real street niggas not gonna do fake shit. But fake street niggas will betray people, will use people, will extort people, rob, and all. A real street nigga don't unalive nobody. A real street nigga don't supposed to be no killer, if you can dig it. You know what I mean? That's why I say today's street politics is fucked up, jacked up, all the way up. Cause see, the things that BG did and how he moving and how he treating Hotboy Turk goes to show you it verifies the story what all them guys from New Orleans is actually saying. Because I was watching a couple guys from New Orleans, and I felt the difference. I see the difference because of the way they were speaking. Like I said, anytime more than one person is saying the same thing about one person, it's obvious that that shit is true, man. It got to be. And I ain't gonna say it, man, but if you listen to this video, you peep game, you know what I'm getting to. You know, I'm not gonna be calling out names because I'm not from there, but I'm speaking from my perspective of how I feel from what I'm observing and peeping out. Because I know how to peep game. I peep game from a million miles away, matter of fact. I peep game like that's with anybody. You could put me around any type of guy. You know what I mean? From any city, any hood, and let me just sit there and chill out for about 30 minutes to an hour and listen to that whole convo. A lot of times, a man's convo will give them away. A conversation is a motherfucker. A mouthpiece is a motherfucker now, because if you listen to any nigga from any hood by the way they talking, 30 minutes to an hour, if you can't catch on or grasp on to what type of nigga they is within 30 minutes to an hour, something wrong with you. It don't matter. It can be on YouTube, on TV, anywhere. You know what I mean? That's why I say words is powerful, man. But Hotboy Turk, you know, like, I feel like he is the authentic voice in social media. You know what I mean? On the low, I'm talking about from an underground perspective. And I feel like that's the reason why they're trying to hinder this man. Like, they're not putting this man in a certain position. I feel like Hotboy Turk should be in a higher position than he actually is. And this man really still dropping music out there. And it's a lot of people out there. It's a lot of people know about his music, but it's a lot of people that don't. And it's a lot of people that know about his music, but they is denying it. They refuse to listen to it. They refuse to even give this man a chance. You know what I mean? And all because of what the mainstream media is putting into the heads of most of black brothers out here about him. They're making it seem like he the bad person when the whole time that man redeemed himself. That man changed his life, got a wife, kids, all that. And it's like people are judging him because of what these other people are saying or what the media is saying. You know, I feel like he should be in a higher position because he has an independent label, right? Anybody with an independent label, most of the time they get distribution deals with major labels, right? And the fact that he doesn't have a major distribution, I feel like they're hindering him from that because they don't want him to be in this place because they know what type of mind he have and how and the wisdom he possess. They know how much power the man have on the low by him being a black man. That's why they keep holding him back. That's why they holding him back, because of that. I'm telling you, man, if Hotboy Turk can ever be placed in a higher position, he'll be a motherfucker for real though. A lot of people not paying that no attention. A lot of people not even talking about it. Nobody even talking about it but me. I bet you I'm the first person to even make a video like this. I bet you I'm the first person to even say anything like this. And that's on God. But anyway, if you like this video, smash the like and subscribe button. I'm going to end the video and I'm out. Peace.